Hi guys, welcome to my first Scrapbin Saturday video. Today is February 24th. Yeah, I had to look at the computer to say that. This was started by Megan W. here on YouTube. She's challenged herself to use her scraps to make some cards or scrapbooking or any sort of projects, but as long as you're using your scraps. So with my recent craft room cleanup, I found I have tons of scraps and tons of stamped and colored images. So I decided this would be a great challenge for me to join in on. So I am going to be joining Megan until March 31st. So every Saturday I will be posting a video for Scrapbin Saturday, and I'll share my cards on Instagram also. If anybody wants to join in, we're just using the hashtag Scrapbin Saturday. And there will be a list of participants. Just check the description box down below for links to all the channels of everyone who is participating. So it's gonna be fun. It's almost 9 o'clock Saturday morning. I have my coffee. This is this morning's coffee. That's last night's coffee. I have a cold again. It's terrible. But I thought before I get started, I'm going to show you guys what I plan to use for these next few videos every Saturday. So I always have some cards and envelopes. These are just the craft ones from Michaels. Usually go on sale for $5 for a package of cards and envelopes, which is handy for me. I find it better. I know they are a little bit on the thin side, but I just layer papers on top to make them thicker and a little bit more sturdy. Excuse me. So the main scrap that I am focusing on for my videos is my stamped images. So I have this bin, and this is all the ones that I found while I was cleaning up my room. I put them all into one bin. And last night I stayed up to get them organized and ready. So basically what I did was I went through and pulled out images that I knew were from the same set and put them in little baggies together. I just thought that this would be easier than one big bin that I want to, like every time I look at it, I just want to dump it. So I have like Yetis and the little kids that were from that stamp set. This one was the sharks from Dunna, but I just added in this whale because I just had one whale, so, you know, oceans. There's kitties and dogs. That's the Lawn Fawn Clossum set. So the only other thing that I did was all of Halloween and fall are in one, and then all of Christmas are in another one. So basically I lumped those two together. So, I just think that this is much easier. There's Christmas. Much easier just to go in here and sift through these little baggies instead of a pile of pieces of paper that are all over the place. So that is how I organize those, and that's my main focus for these videos. And then also, I'm going to swing you guys around. Try not to make you too dizzy. And bring you down here. Yeah, hopefully the lighting's okay for that. So this is the bin that I started putting scrap papers into when I was cleaning. But this file cabinet under here is actually already my scraps. So let me get a little closer so I can show you, because I don't think I showed you guys this when I was doing the video. I bought this file cabinet specifically from IKEA so that I could put it under my desk here, and just basically it's to the side. I pull out the drawer, I grab what I want, and I go. So the top drawer is my planner stuff and my labeler and one of my stamping tools. So that stuff, and my address book. So that stuff is right there, easy to grab. The second one down has adhesives, action wobbles, and some cards and envelopes, and the 3D stuff from MFT, like the shakers And I did get these at Valentine's Day because I'm going to try and make shakers with these in my cards. So I have like all the score tapes and foam tapes that I use often, and like action wobbles and stuff like that, just right there. Next drawer down is black, white, and craft. These are scraps. And then specialty paper, so these are all glitters and foils. And then this one is solid colors, so solid cardstocks. And the bottom one is the one that was pattern paper. No, this was filled to the top. So last night I pulled out this bucket because it was hiding underneath some stuff, and I pulled out the majority of the pattern papers that were in the drawer and put them in the bucket so that for these Scrapbin Saturdays I can go through the bucket a lot easier. I don't keep small scraps. I really don't like them. Someone did leave me a suggestion, which was really great, was to take your scraps and cut them into card front size, and then they're easier to store. That's probably like the smallest scrap that would be. And then they're ready to go to make cards too. So I think I might eventually, after these videos are done, I think I will do that with all the big pieces like this, is cut them down to card fronts, and then I'll have a separate bin to put them into. So my goal is to use up my stamped images, make some cards like birthday, thank you, some useful ones. So with me being on design teams, I was focusing on the products and making cards that fit the product. So I have like all of those cards that you guys saw that I have finished or almost finished. A lot of them are just because cards, which you don't need that many just because cards. And that's the hardest thing, is that when people ask for a birthday card, you can't find a birthday card because all your cards are just because cards. So for this project, my goal is to make cards that are useful, and only using my stamped images from this bin, other than stamping out sentiments and maybe adding in banners and stuff, and then the pattern papers from my scraps. I know I'm going to have to use solid cardstocks to either make cards if I don't use these ones, but I'm going to try and keep everything from my scrap file folders. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So hope you guys join us. Stay tuned and you'll see me get started on this week's projects. Okay, so I have everything cut out that I feel I want to use on the front of the card. I've kind of placed everything where I think it should go. I took a picture of it and put it up on my computer screen over here so that I can take a look at it, and now I'm gonna dump it. Let me get these scraps out of the way. So basically what I did is I have this, let me dump it. It's a card front die that I have. It does a stitch to the outside and then stitches on all of the inside panels. So what I did was I cut it out in this scrap of green cardstock, because that's the one that I want to go on the top. I cut it out again in this tree pattern, and what I've done is taken the inside stitched pieces and did some stitched landscape dies on them, because these are going to fit into my little squares to be the landscape in the background. That one, and then I think this one I'm just going to do solid. Oh, that's not the right one. Where did it go? Oh, it's over here. It was on the top. So that one I'm going to do solid. And then I've taken my Scripty Happy Birthday die from MFT, and I've die cut it twice in brown and then once in this wood grain. That's the one that's going to go on top. So I'm going to glue all these three together. I did originally die cut this one in the blue. So this is actually white paper that I had stenciled, used a stencil brush a long time ago with Distress Inks to make skies. And this was in my scrap bin. So I cut a piece out to put in the background. I was going to layer these with this, but I don't know if I want that much dimension to the card. So I haven't decided yet. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to keep filming me gluing and sticking everything together, but I'll do it in fast forward for you guys. Okay? All right. Okay, so here is my finished card. It turned out super cute. You can see there's a bit of dimension. I popped up some of the little critters and the bulldozer. I realized afterwards that I had thrown out the little dot in my scraps in the garbage, so I used the black Nuvo drops just to do the little dot on the eye. And I did stamp Best Daddy in there from the stamp set. The actual sentiments in the beaver stamp set are for Father's Day, but I wanted to make my card for birthday, so these these sentiments are from the CC Designs HB2U stamp set. So on the inside, I didn't have any big pieces left of the scraps. That's the one thing when you're making cards from scraps, is that you might not have enough of that paper to do the inside and outside. And because this is a bigger card, because I chose that big die, I just decided to take the frame that was in the green pattern paper and the blue pieces that were the insides. I just glued it all down, and I added 2 of the little guys that didn't make it to the front of the card, and then added in the sentiments in the spots. So that is my finished birthday card. Super adorable. Hope you guys like it, and hope you guys take a look at everybody else's channels. Make sure you're subscribed to them and leave some comments, share some love. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.